Okay, boys, welcome back to part-2. I don't know why I turned you guys around before. We actually have to measure this over there again. Oh, come on, what the freak? So you guys are kind of seeing what I'm going for, but it's going to be up. There's going to be like a half-inch gap between that too, right? So you might have to bend it, of course, a little more yet, but I'm just, this piece of hair on my camera, what the freak? There. I'm just kind of going by what I think is right. So what I'm going to do is add on. Let's get this to stay. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to add on 16 inches. If there's a little extra, then I can cut it off. My camera thing's upside down for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. So actually, I should be able to cut hopefully 18 inches out of this. Let's find out. I said 16, didn't I? I said 16, didn't I? I think I did. I don't even remember. Alright, let's see, this is why you always gotta double check your work, boys. Yes, I said 16. 16 inches is what we want. Get out of here, mosquitoes. Let's put the camera thing over. We're gonna cut it out of this. So, which is not, well, hell, I might as well just go to 17 because that's all that's left on here anyway. It's just shy of 17 inches long. So I guess we'll just take the whole thing. That way we have a little extra. And I need 7.5. So that'll still leave me a little bit behind, but that's alright. 7.5. Bloop. Bloop. Okay, and then we'll use a straight edge on that. Which is now over there. So that's a dandy. Freak's sakes. Oh well. No big deal. So, I know Double Strike was kind of thinking how I was going to do this. I'm not quite sure myself either. This is just what I'm thinking, but this could probably backfire. So, this is plan A. Oh shit. If plan A fails, you know, there's always going to be a plan B and crap like that. So we'll always have something figured out. That stick's kind of sliding, so that would be a rough idea. So we'll cut this off. Actually, I wonder if a scissor would work better because then I can cut cleaner. Oh, I got a scissor. Let's try this out. Works just as good. A little slower, but actually it's a little quicker to do this than using the knife. I don't have many boxes, so like I said, my sister can always get more at work. She's gone today, so there won't be any boxes today. That's fine. I'll have her get some more tomorrow, or whenever she... Oh, it's kind of wet here for some reason. I'll have her pick up some more for me. Because it's broken here for some reason, I'm not sure why. So, that, I might have to put it upside down. Yeah, it's got the crack in it. So if you put it upside down, then it doesn't quite bend as much. So, then what we'll do, let's get the straight edge out of the way, because it's in my way. Excuse me. I'll try to keep this video kid friendly, but there's going to be a few swear words. So just a heads up. Put you guys over there. Now this is going to be a little longer than it needs to be, but that's alright. So you can see, it's easier to fine tune it with a box than it would be with a piece of steel, right? Dump truck. Well, the dirt's all mud now. I wouldn't even try to haul the crap. Actually, that works out. So you got a bolt here, but that's alright. I guess I could try to kind of work around that. This actually needs to come in, which is interesting. I'm actually going to have to cut a little notch in this for now because I can't get it. Oh, maybe I don't have to do it. Let's see. No, maybe I don't. Because this thing's in the way too. Well, see, I have to take that into mind because I'm just working with boxes for right now. Once you get into the steel, it'll be a little better. And I need something heavy for that too. I don't know if this will be heavy or not, but we'll find out. Should be heavy enough to bend it to what I want. I think the more I put it in there, the more it bends. Yeah, the further you put that in, the further it bends for some reason. Now, it's actually a little bit short. It's not even on the ground yet, but that's alright. Yeah. Yeah, mosquitoes. See, this is just my rough idea. I don't know if it'll work. But you're going to have to add on probably a couple more inches because once you get it over the deck just a hair, you're going to need that extra inch of bit, you know. And it looks, I guess it looks kind of crooked. That's because of that. There's this thing in the way. You got this thing here in the way, and it's not here, so it bends more. Let's see, yeah, I would still clear that too. I'm not 100% certain yet if you could leave it on. I don't think I would want to leave it on. To see what you could do is just, because I mean they're going to be light, you know, it's going to be, I can't use aluminum because I don't have a aluminum welder, and I'm not going to buy one. So, it's got to be thick yet too. Well, what you could do too, yeah, see, then there I would have to get a plasma cutter too. God dang it. Oh, I won't be a problem to get one, but because what happens is if you got the things in here that are going to hold it, because that has to support the weight of it. So, because I only want the weight of it on the ground, none of it on the mower deck. So of course in the middle, it'll be thicker. And what you could do there too is just build some sidewalls, you know, so it'll take the load there and underneath. And then to lighten it, you could just cut some little holes in it, you know, because that'll let the water go through and stuff too, right? That'll make it lighter if you just take some little pieces out of it. And then you could probably just put some small pieces in that too. I don't know. It depends on how light you need them to be. So, what's the temperature today? It's about 60. What is it? 63. I think it says 62, 63 degrees outside, but on my phone it says like 70,000 degrees. So, I got something from Northern Tool. Let me check the temperature here. Oh, 66, so it's a little warmer out. Oh, no, wait a minute. No. I guess my phone's updating. 68. with the chance with rain, obviously. Now on the other side is going to be a little bit different, I suppose. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'll take this stuff over to the other side and see if this measurements will work with this. Because, see, the thing is, they're going to be two different sizes. And you might as well try to make them so they're both the same. So let me grab those bits and pieces again, and I will see if they will work over there, too. So grab this stuff. It might have to be put a little longer on this side. I don't know yet. So, come on, baby. Yeah, see, it's so much easier to work with cardboard than it is steel. I'll line it up with the tire. See, I'm only going by the front tires. That's how I want to unload it. So it doesn't matter about the back wheels. This does not have to line up with them unless you're going to remove it from that way. It's actually a bit too long, I think, on this side, but that's all right. Because now it's actually touching the ground when it wasn't on the other side. So, well, that's all right. I can always cut a little off too, right? So. But yeah, that's. See, it's not too severe, right? And if it is, you probably could bend it up a little bit more yet. Even if there was a gap on the bottom side, let me get you guys over here. Hold on. Sorry for the freaking crazy ride. I just don't want to do too much editing to these videos. So, even if there's a... I forgot what I was going to say now. For sakes. Maybe they'll come back to me. Okay, I remember now. Even if this was short, wasn't touching the ground. So now it's touching the ground, but it wasn't doing that on the other side. Even if it wasn't touching, even by ½ inch, I think you could still get over. Well, yeah, actually, it would have to touch the ground because that's where the weight has to go. So, but I mean, if you wanted it built to the deck, if you wanted to bolt it or weld it or whatever, then it really wouldn't matter. But as long as the angle is not too severe, like it's not super bad. You know, you could just right over. The thing is, see, I'm going to offload it. The front wheels are going to go over the deck, not the back wheels. His idea might even work better because of the front hitch part. On the back, it's probably not so bad because the only thing that you got there is your drawbar, and he has a 3-point hitch. Well, he can lift that up out of the way, and then it would be gone, right? So, or he could take it off, however Double Strike wanted to do it, or anybody else. It just depends on how you want to do it. This is my way of doing it. This is how I'm going to offload it. Hopefully it'll work. Because the front end is lighter than the rear end. And if my fat ass is on there, it's going to be even heavier. So, I'll try to get you guys maybe close in here. Get the tripod out of the way, because we don't really need this right now. I'll just stick it here in the corner. Because see, if you had an aluminum welder, you could just weld it all out of aluminum. Because this is aluminum. And that stuff's actually pretty thin. But it holds my body weight just fine. So that's what I would like to make it out of, but I don't have an aluminum welder. So So I'll try to get in here nice and close. Put my big butt on the floor. But you remember now, there's going to be about this much of a gap between it. Probably not even that. See, right now it's just resting on there. If it was supported good enough, then, you know, you could have it close to the ground like that. Or close to the deck. And not worry about it destroying your deck. And you can see how the wheels got this kind of bent. That's how it's going to be. Probably a little lower. This one's off the ground actually. It don't matter. It don't matter for here. As long as it's touching down here, you'd be all right. So, and Double Strike was saying that there's a notch on the other lift arm. I'm not sure if mine has it. Yeah, it does, I think. But I always found it easier to remove it from this side, so I don't know. But that's what it should do. And let's get on the seat. I'll put you guys on the hood. I don't think you guys will stay. I was going to kind of move, so I better not. See, and in this way you really wouldn't even see it either. It seems a little off, don't it? Right now it kind of does. I don't think it actually is, but that's probably just the way I'm sitting on it. But that's what you would see from this point of view. It's something kind of like that. And then the tires would just drive right over it. So yeah, that's what should work. But of course it's going to be made out of steel, obviously, or thin steel. I don't think it has to be very thick. I don't know, really all you could do, I would have to invest in a plasma cutter, and I already got the welder, but I just need to get some welding wire, so that won't be a problem. I got to get a helmet too. I could get a cheap one for now, unless something on eBay sells. They don't have enough money to buy an expensive one, but I don't think that'll happen. But that should work. If it don't, then you have to redesign it. That's really all you could do. Aluminum would be better because it's lighter and strong, but I don't have an aluminum welder, so that's out of the question. The steel, I think there's a company at the end of town that sells steel, so I think I could get something from them. If not, I could probably get it at the junkyard. I'm not sure, but the curve, how I'm going to get the curve, I'm not sure yet. I'm either thinking of cutting them on an angle, and then they'll come at that angle, and they'll be welded together like that. Because if I would have to, to invest in a torch, which I can get a torch on order too, but then I got to figure out where I can get the gas from, and I would have to heat it up, bend it. You know, that's a lot more work. And of course, if you overheat it, then it weakens the steel. So I don't know. I might just try it kind of the cheapy cheesy way for now, and if I think I need to beef it up, I can. So, because what's going to happen, and once you put the weight of the tractor, well, I guess the weight of the mower deck wouldn't take the load unless you wanted it to, but see, I don't want it to, right? And I know there was one guy that was saying that I could just bolt it to the deck. Well, see, another thing is too, there's only 2 holes there, and I don't know if they would be strong enough to hold all the weight of the tractor coming up against it. So I don't know if that would work either. If you think you would want to bolt it, you know, you could. You would just have to kind of, well, not really shape or design it. You just have to add on a little bit, like a little loopy part, and then you could drill a hole and you could bolt it down. That would work too, I suppose. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure at all. But, friggin' mosquitoes. That should work. I don't see why not. I don't know if I don't think we got any steel at the farm. So of course I would have to get some. I don't want to buy the steel yet because the steel will just start rusting long before I even get a chance to use it. So, like I said before, he was talking about the gearbox on the mower deck. I don't know if he meant maybe it was going to possibly interfere with this setup. If it does, you just build extensions. You know, because it's easier to put the extensions on than it would be to try to move this deck. I'm just trying to make it easy enough for me to disconnect it and drive right over it without having to really move it. Now, to put it up against the wall or something to clean the underside, yeah, you have to manually move it, but you're not exactly dragging it. You're not exactly pushing or pulling or anything. It's easier just for me, it'd be quicker to get it off the tractor. Then I would have more energy to move it. You'd probably have enough clearance if you wanted to go off the ass end. Because really, see, all I got is the hitch. He's got the 3-point hitch too, so. But, you know, either just take that off long ahead of time or just raise it up all the way and then lock it, and you should be fine. So, you really should, no matter if you're using it or not, you should always have your 3-point hitch up. You know, so if you happen to back into something, your 3-point hitch won't hit it. Because you don't want to bend it or break it or something, because then you gotta buy a new one, right? So, but I think this should work. Oh, the freaking mosquitoes are biting me. I might actually leave that on her over the night and maybe see if the box will kind of warp itself that way and it will stay that way, because then what I could do is get a chunk of steel and I could bend it to that shape. I would rather have just one big piece going across, right? It's just one big piece, and then we'll build the stuff under it to hold it. So, and if it kind of starts to warp and bend a little bit, you can, of course, repair the warpness or the bentness, and then just add on more, make it thicker. You either make it thicker or you just put little pieces of metal underneath. So, just so it has to work a little harder to try to bend it, and then you'll get it to the point where it won't bend anymore. So, I don't know, maybe that says about 67, I bet. It actually went up. Interesting. So, yeah. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll find out. But I need to invest in the machines first. And I suppose by the time I do, somebody else will already probably beat it to me. So, but I'm just gonna do it my way. I'm not. Why should I have to spend? Like if someone else designs it before me, well, you know they're gonna charge a lot for it. You know they'll be charging probably $500 for a set of ramps. I could probably build mine for less than probably $200. Save me a little bit of money. You know, I'm surprised no one has done this yet. Double Strike said that no one has, so I'm pretty shocked. You know, and like he was saying that the commercial decks, which I still don't think will fit on this machine, they don't fit on mine. They'll fit on the bigger ones, but not mine for some reason. So, he was saying that they cost about $2,000-3,000 for those commercial decks. You know, I don't know who the hell would be dumb enough to pay for one of those. I don't even know what I paid for mine, but it's probably close to $1,000, I'm sure. John Deere likes to really rip you off, so. But it's a heavy-duty deck. It's almost like a commercial deck, but It's just a regular deck, but it's still strong. This deck here's been through a lot of hail and it's still fine. So, ouch, freaking God, freaking bastards. But I think that'll do. Like I said, I would either build them so, like you see, I have this one set here, this one piece that goes on both sides, but yet when you put it on that side, it's a little bit shorter, right? Maybe it's not even shorter. Maybe if I actually pulled it ahead some, I bet you that would work. Let me pull it ahead here some. And, let's see here. I bet you if we did that, that might have pulled a little too much. Yeah, it's still, it gets it off the ground now. I guess you just have to make sure you do it right. Because here, it's on the ground, and then this is off the ground. I think that was the same way it was on the other side. So, that's about right. I don't think it's exactly lined up with the wheel. No, it's off. But that's alright. As long as I get it bent right, that's all I care about for right now. Is getting the bottom, or getting it bent right. And then we'll go from there. I guess I could take my Polaris box in. I guess I don't need it, so. And this box is no good anymore because, you know, obviously I took the sides off it. So, that should do it for now. I guess I didn't plan on leaving the tractor back here, I guess. Well, I thought I was going to because I thought I'd be doing this for a while. So, but I guess not. I think I've only been on here for about an hour, probably not even that. But I think I'll still leave it back here. I'm going to probably leave that as it is for tonight. And then let it, maybe it'll bend itself to the point where maybe it'll stay good enough so I could copy it. Because you could just measure it and then put that onto the piece of steel, and then where it starts to curl, then cut it, and then you could weld it on an angle too, and then get it that same anglage, you know. But I think either way it would work, either forwards or reverse. But I'm going to go reverse way, where I use the front tires, you know, to come off. That's the way that's the way it is with all the other machines. Some people do use the ass end, but I don't think you're really supposed to because it's probably heavier than the front. I don't know, maybe it's, I don't know. Because on the front you got the engine, but the engine's probably light, so, because it's not a big ass engine, so. But it depends on, like, I could build it this way, only meant to pull off the front end, but if someone buys them and then they don't work for you to, you know, to reverse over them, or to use the ass end, you could flip the ramps around, because one end might be a little longer than the other, I don't know. I'm going to try to make it so they're both the same. And then, if that doesn't work, then it's obviously going to have to be, I'm going to have to make up another one. Because I'm not going to redesign it, because this is just going to be for my way of doing it. There's going to be other people that are going to do it my way, and then there's going to be people that are going to do it from the ass end. So I would have to build them, of course, to go off the ass end. But for now, if you were to go off the ass end, you would have to build them thicker or wider because of the bigger tire. The front tires are only 7.5. I bet you the rear tires are probably like 10. Or no, not, probably like 15 inches, I bet. Get kind of like a rough idea. Yeah, they're about 10.5 wide. So I would probably build something 11.5 inches wide. Just so you have a little bit extra, you know, squeezing room, so you don't have to really be like, oh my god, it's so tight. So, let me know what your boys think. I I'm probably still going to fine tune this a little bit. I'm not sure. I want to get by here, so I'm going to put this back up because my ass is too big for this little corner. Freaking mosquitoes die. I need to get some spray and spray the shop. I could put my little off fan thing on, but I forgot it again. So, I did have a fan out here. I had to put it back in the basement because I am trying to get the moisture out of my basement. So, I got 2 fans on the go. I got one in the window and then one that's on the floor. So, I have a box fan that I want to put in the window, but it's dead. And I'm trying to see if I can get my uncle over here to maybe try to fix it. And then I'll hang it in the window. And because that fan's way more powerful than that little window fan that I got going now. It's dual fans, but they're not very powerful. So, because my basement's just got way too much moisture and stuff in it, so it needs to get the hell out. So, but let me know what you guys think. Another good idea that probably would be good too is you could have like little forks coming out the ends of them, at least on one end, that maybe would slide underneath the deck, and then you could drop the deck on it. That would work too. If you build them thick enough, and then the way the deck would sit on, it would probably keep your deck from slipping. But then again, if you bolt it or weld it, that probably would have to be up to you guys. For me, I'm just going to just set them on there, and they'll just have to do their own thing. But if you guys wanted to probably fine tune them, you could. You know, like if I get to the point where I'm already making them, you guys will just have to fine tune them to your liking. But this is my way of doing it. I don't think this idea would work, and you know, not everyone's going to, of course, want to own a John Deere either. They're going to own, you know, something else, and it's not going to probably work for either their bigger tractors or the smaller tractors. Most bigger tractors already have the drive-over deck, no matter what brand you get. And a lot of the older brands don't. Ones that are older don't have it. So then I would, you know, like if somebody had old not a Cub Cadet, what am I thinking? An old Craftsman, like a really tiny guy. I know the neighbor's got one. Well, the neighbor at the farm, he's got a smaller tractor than me. It's a Craftsman. He's got a smaller deck than me too. So, and I would have to buy one of those and go off of their deck too. Of course, but you know, that's just what's going to be. It takes a lot of my time, so I'm going to figure it out for my kind of tractors. Me and Double Strike both have the same thing, pretty much. So, you know, if I built the ramps, they should work to his too. I don't know if he's got the same size deck as me. I think his is a 60-inch. Mine's a 62. But it should still work the same. Like I said, you might have to fine tune it. If it don't work, then you're just gonna have to send it back, and I'll have to fine tune it for you. So, but you know, really for giving my idea, the John Deere, you know, the thing is that I would only get paid like a couple $1 million, and then you know, John Deere would own it, and I would never get anything from it again. So it's better off that I just keep it for myself. I know how some companies are. They'll take your idea, and then they'll take all the credit, and then the original people that built them don't. You know, I've seen that kind of happen. So if you want something I got, you're just going to have to buy it directly from me, not from John Deere, unless John Deere copies my idea. But you know, I don't think they would do that without your permission. So, I guess if they did, that would hurt John Deere's reputation too, right? So. But anyways, guys, I think that's probably about it then for today. I guess only like 2 or 3 parts to this, but probably only 2, I think. But I don't think I'll do anything else today. Besides clean up my mess, but I don't think I have to do anything else. Actually, I might as well take my camera thing off. I don't need it anymore. And my tripod mount Dewey. So I could probably take this box back in. I'm gonna put that over there. So that's really all I can think of doing, boys. I don't think why it would not work. I mean, of course, with everything else I've done, it has always failed too. But you know, figure it out, right? Figure it out. Come on. There. But I don't see why it would not work. It should, but you know, we don't know, right? So, but we'll find out. So, I think that's pretty much all for today. I'll probably just keep those there for now. I don't really exactly plan on doing much of anything else today besides, I guess, maybe trying to get part 1 uploaded. I don't know what time it is. It's 3 o'clock. It's probably not going to happen. So, I'll probably just make a quick... No, I'm not even going to make a cell phone video. I've been having trouble with my cell phones. It's like my hands, my fingers are always on the speaker, and I know it's not, and I don't really have sound, so I'm not going to really bother making cell phone videos. I might try it, and then just be like a quick update for today, and then that's it. Because I'm not going to be able to get these videos up in time. Not even part 1. Because I need pretty much most of the day to upload it. And it's already 3:30, so it's all the hell with it. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to take off. So I guess let me know what you boys think of this, and let me know what you think. Like I said, I'll probably keep it like that overnight. I guess I could release the hydraulic pressure. I think I already kind of have. Because you're supposed to release your hydraulic pressure. You know, there's there's hoses underneath, but they should be steel, I think. But nah, then you just blow up your seals, and then you got to buy new seals. So do it smart, and then you should be good. Get out of here. Plus, the mosquitoes are getting to be kind of a dickwad. So, not sure who the hell that is, but whatever. Well, that should be good enough. Take my key out. Should be sitting here for tonight. Yeah, so I guess let me know what you guys think. If you guys think that'll work. I do part of my videos kind of long. I'll have to just try to invest in some other tools. I know I'm going to probably need a plasma cutter. I have a welder. Welding wire's cheap. The helmet's not so cheap, but like I said, I don't think we'll get into designing them this year because it's just going to take too much out of me to try to, I guess, try to really design anything right now. But this is just a rough idea. So, unless I could find some scrap metal at the farm, but I don't think so. I would have to find something, and then if I might even have to cut it up too, right? So, but that'll work just as good. So, well, not the wooden, not the box, but gives you an idea, right? Ah, oh, freaking mosquitoes. So, but anyway, guys, I guess I'll take off then for today. Let me know what you boys think. That's not exactly, like, I'm not done with it yet, but that's the start of it. I still have to design, like, the side walls and everything, too, but that can all, of course, be made out of box and stuff. And I got some crazy, or not crazy glue, but, well, it's expanding glue, but it still works. I do have some school glue, too, that would work, too, because it's not going to have to hold, so, well, it'll have to hold long enough. I'll just glue it all together and go from there. But we're going to fine-tune this part first, and then we'll figure that out, the siding, and then we'll figure out, like, the ramp part. Even though this is already the ramp, but you got to have support stuff underneath, too, right? I figured this would be kind of like the letter A kind of style kind of thing. Should work. Not there, probably not so much. It's going to have to get supported a little different, but whatever. We'll get to the work, right, boys? So anyways, guys, I guess I'm probably going to take off for today. I got the wrong key. just going to kind of reset my gauges here a little bit. I know Double Strike's gas gauge quit. Well, you might want to get a new one, buddy. I don't know how you know how much fuel you got left. I know that as soon as mine quits, I'm getting a new one for it. So, but yeah, but anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.